Hello everybody. Today I wanted to do a little review on this Fruit Saver steam canner that I purchased on Amazon. And if you check out the description, I will put the link to this particular product if you would like to buy it and try it yourself. Now, I was not able to find a whole lot of options on steam canners. This is a kind of newer thing, and you can see it here on my burner. This is a more recently approved, within the last couple years, way of canning food. So this is in replacement to like a water bath canner or water bath canning. It is not a replacement for pressure canning, okay? So anyways, there are some advantages to this, and you know, I always want to cut down time on canning. There's been several different changes with canning protocols and what is expected the last couple years, and this is just one of those new approved things. So I will link also in the description information about this being approved and a safe way to water bath can. But first, let me tell you a little more about how this works. So this product has a 5-year warranty. See here. Here's a little picture of the built-in thermometer indicator. There is an instruction manual that comes along, tells you all the important stuff. You do have to assemble this knob on top here. Comes in like 4 pieces, you put it together. And there are important instructions inside the book that you need to find. Yes, this temperature indicator test. You're going to kind of calibrate your canner before you actually do a batch of canning jars. So you'll follow those instructions first, and then it's pretty simple after that. So not too many pieces. You have this large, kind of reminds me of like a cake server thing. Okay. It goes on top. You have this short bottom basin. You have a little tray that your jars go on and your water. You put approximately 2.5 quarts of water in to about this level. It comes just almost flush with the tray. You can process 7 quart jars, and you can actually process a couple more pint jars. Oh yes, 8 pint jars or 7 quart jars. So the beauty of this is you're only boiling this much water, okay? A couple inches of water. So you're saving electricity and you're saving time. Plus, it is so much safer. You don't have to deal with this huge pot. Let me show you my water bath canner, okay? I don't have to haul this around full of hot boiling water. I don't have to submerge things in hot boiling water. I don't have to do any of that. So it's much quicker. It's much safer. It saves electricity because you're only boiling a little bit of water. And once you get it up to your temperature zone, you see there's 3 different zones here. Once I get it to, I'm in zone 1. Once I get it to my green area, I adjust my temperature to keep it, my stove temperature, to keep it there. So I'm actually able to do my processing time at like medium on my burner. So I'm saving electricity as well. This, I have done now about 7 batches in this, and because I wanted to become very comfortable with it before I did a video, and I am absolutely thrilled with it. Absolutely thrilled. Okay, so this is, oh here it tells you all the things I already did. Saves time and energy, uses less water, aluminum makes it less weight, and holds up to 7 quart jars. So I'm going to do a little video for you and show you how this processing works. As I said, I got this on Amazon. It was around between $50 and $60. And I just couldn't be happier with it. So I'm going to get my jars all ready. I'm going to get my canner loaded up here, and then I will bring you back and show you the rest of the process. Okay, so before we put the jars in, my apologies, I forgot this part. We have to preheat the water a little bit without the jars in. So the instructions tell us to preheat the water to 140 for raw packed food and to 180 for hot packed food, which 180 is close to boiling. It's not boiling, but it's very hot water. So I have this Pampered Chef digital thermometer. This is just how I've been doing this. Now when I'm doing multiple batches in a row, once I take everything apart and take my jars out, I've just been reloading my jars back in. But you can see I'm not quite hot enough yet, but I'll heat this up to 180. And then I will load the jars in and show you that. Okay, so you can see I've got the first jar in the center. My recommendation to you after doing this a few times is start with the center jar. Also, when you're unloading, leave the center jar to be removed last. I had one particular batch I did where I ended with a side jar, and depending where it was with the feet on the bottom of this little tray here, it kind of tipped a little, and that doesn't happen if this is the last jar you remove. So center first, center last, and then you just kind of go around it. And these are hot, but I can still get them in with my fingers quick. Okay, and I just need one more jar there. So let me fill up one more to take it out of my oven. That's where I have it rolling. And it smells so good. Okay, so all the jars are in. I'm going to put the lid back on. Now, take note, there is a steam hole. Do you see that there? You do not want that blowing on you. I have found that for me personally, with my exhaust on my stove, it works best if I have it somewhere pointing towards the center of the stove. And it just kind of goes on there like so. Okay, so now I'm going to heat it until on high until this gets to the place it's supposed to be according to the test mode that you do. So for me, it's right at the very beginning of this green band on the first row. Once it gets there, so I've got it on high. Once it gets there, I'm going to reduce my temperature to medium, which is something I also determined from that initial test. And it will hold it steady right in that area. And that is when I will start my processing time. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it till it gets up to temperature here. So we'll check back in a few minutes and see where we're at. So it has only been, I don't know, maybe 4 minutes. And you can see here that we have moved. We were down in this lettering by altitude and now we're to the Z in zone 1. So it won't be too much longer until we're up to temperature, but I will bring you back and show you that when we get there. Okay, so now I am finally up to temperature. You can see I'm right there in the green. That's the spot for me. And you determined that with that test I showed you. So now I'm going to reduce my temperature to medium. I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. And we're going to process. Okay, so the extra 5 minutes is up. I'm just going to remove the lid. You can see they're hot and steamy. Turned off my exhaust fan for a moment. so you could hear. And we're gonna remove these and set them on the towel to cool. Oh, and there was our first pop. So we just need to allow them to cool about 2 inches apart on the jars for some air circulation. And like I said, you want to leave the center jar. Till the last. And there you go. Now I can reload and start again. So I hope you enjoyed this video on the new steam canner. Check out the other canning videos that I have.